Miss Mina Sue is gonna make this season of Singles Inferno such an interesting watch. Oh, she is definitely something different. Hi, I'm Kunai. Welcome to my channel, Kunai Covers, where I cover various aspects of entertainment. And today we're going to be reacting to Singles Inferno episode 3. And if you're here, you probably watched the other 2 episodes already, right? So you know what's up. You're up to date. If you're not, please click the link that should be hovering somewhere to watch the previous videos. Let's get into the main character of this season so far. Who? Miss Mina Sue, of course. Anyway, so we left off where they were getting to pair up with who they were gonna go to paradise with, and we wanted to know if it was gonna be Mina and Sung-hil or Mina and Subin. Turns out it is Mina and Subin. Okay. She really was attracted to him after playing that game with him, right? Anyway, so these are the dates in paradise. So let's talk about them. We have Sung-hil and Minji. So remember, she went there with Sungmin first and it was a fail. This date, however, is a complete 180 to that date. It is really good. They have compatible personalities. They both seem to be chill. Sung-hil definitely has riz. And you know, Minji's thing is that she likes a guy who's unexpectedly cute. She finds him to be cute. And even more so when she finds out his age. Turns out Subin is 25 years old and he's a marketer in fashion. He tends to put himself together, and I've always kind of liked his look. So I'm even more enchanted by Sung-hil. Have I been saying Subin? Sung-hil. So Sung-hil and Minji's date in paradise was pretty cute, actually. It was, you can see that she's falling and she's finding him very interesting, and he seems to like her too. So it was a successful date from my perspective. Moving on to Go-hun and Sungmin. This date also turned out well. So you can definitely tell the difference when Sungmin actually has an interest in someone. He's a little bit more talkative and I can feel a little bit more energy from him. But he still has this pretty chill personality, which I also think Go-hun has it too. So for me, even though I do see there's something there, it's very small. Like, I'm not completely sold on these two yet, but I'm not gonna lie, when Go-hun said she's only gonna get drunk 4 times in the year and this might be one of those times, I was like, oh, that's a line, Go-hun. That Go-hun is flirting. It's a bit of heavy flirting from Go-hun's side. I was like, wow, what is this hidden charm that Sungmin has that's making these girls fall so much for Sungmin? So I was like, oh, I guess Go-hun really likes Sungmin, right? And then she, you know, I'm starting to like Go-hun. She's pretty cool. Like, I have nothing much to say about her. And Go-hun's profession, turns out she's 26 years old and she's a model. One thing I have to say with these Korean dating shows, that being a model is one of the most common professions I hear when these people come on this platform. And now we have another date, which is Jae-jin and Joo-young, which is one of the new contestants. And this is also a much better date. Pretty much all the couples in this paradise trip are doing good. It seems like Joo-young gets Jae-jin's humor, and Jae-jin also does a little bit of light flirting with her. I think she finds him endearing. Joo-young is a 26-year-old designer of, like, she designs vase. She puts like flowers in vase. That is a very unique profession that I feel like it's for rich people, because if you're trying to make ends meet, I'm not sure if, well, normally when you're coming from a poor background, you're gonna try to go for traditional jobs unless you find something you're absolutely passionate about. And it could be the case that she's just passionate about flowers in vases. But you would try to find a practical job that you are guaranteed is gonna make money. So I'm starting to wonder, is Joo-young from like a wealthy background? That's what I thought when I saw her profession. But I also thought, oh, that is a very interesting and cool profession to have. Yeah, it was a good date. It was cute. Nothing crazy happened so far on most of these dates, but they've just been really good dates. Now, Mina Sue and Subin's date was also going pretty well. Like, she was so comfortable with him, diving in the pool, makeup off. She's so relaxed around him. It's like he's definitely gonna find her more attractive because she's so free and herself. She's definitely high energy compared to him, but he doesn't seem to mind from what I'm seeing in Paradise. Then they were sitting down in the hotel having a talk. And it's like, one thing I notice is when they're talking, Mina does seem like she's in her head trying to find the right thing to say. She's coming off a little bit calculating to me, like she's fishing for certain response or compliments from him because he doesn't seem to talk up much or says much. She's trying to get him to give her some validation. So that's why I was like, Mina, you know what you're trying to say, but you're not being direct. You're kind of fishing around to get his response. So their chemistry was pretty good, and even at the end of the date, while they were in the room sleeping in their separate beds, or he was on the chair, I think she was like, she really enjoyed today and she really likes him. I was like, oh, okay, so Mina Sue has an interest. Is she gonna forget about Sung Hil now? Is she set on Subin? Is Subin set on Mina? Because I think they had a good time at Paradise. So everybody returns to Inferno, and as usual, they go into the male's room and the female's room to debrief each other on what the date was like, what they think, yada yada yada. Subin says in the male's room that it was good, but it feels like she was so high energy. He was pretty much drained. So I was like, is he second guessing? Okay, so he's not sold on Mina, right? And then Mina said, well, they had fun, but then in the morning it got awkward. I was like, so these two aren't sold yet. That's what I got from what they both said. I noticed Go-hoon doesn't like to say too much or give away too much to how she feels. She's pretty much like, it was okay. I'm like, wow, she really likes keeping her cards to her chest, doesn't she? While you have Minji, who's the opposite of Go-hoon, is like, I don't think I want to get to know anybody else. I was like, wow, everybody, and Mina's like, Mina cannot fathom how Minji can make up her mind so quickly on Sung Hil. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to know anybody. I think Sung Hil is it. But you guys have to remember that Mina did have an interest in Sung Hil. And after what we heard both her and Subin say after coming from Paradise, it doesn't sound like they're both set just yet on each other. So I assume Mina wants to get to know Sung Hil still. But now this is gonna make her feel a little uncomfortable. So in this sense, I'm like, Minji, okay, she's being honest and she's telling everyone how she feels, but it can definitely, it's like you're almost telling the girls, he's mine now, don't try. That's how I took that. I'm like, although in the end, I'm sure she can't control who goes after Sung Hil, but the other girls will feel uncomfortable if you're announcing, oh, I don't want to know anybody else, especially if they like you and they respect you. So, well, again, she's just being honest, so I think you should be yourself. But her being honest don't mean that I have to like what she said. I think she was doing a little bit too much, Minji. In this part, I'm like, I can get Mina Sue how she feels. She's not set. How are you set? I think it's only been 3 days. I'm like, wow. Then again, when you like somebody, you just like them. All right, so after everyone had their little chit chat, there is an event for the day as done by production where they're gonna do a photo shoot, and they have to do these little activities to get them to spark up some competition amongst each other, but also to get some skinship. So it's like permission to touch each other, because skinship in Korean dating is very, very important. Like touching hands is a big deal over there. So this is like an excuse to do all kinds of things. So we have to get a girl to pick which guy she wants to do the photo shoot with. So they picked random. The order was kind of random, and pretty much the girls get to pick in order from first to however amount of girls is there, and whoever is last get whatever is left pretty much. So you want to be first to make sure you get your pick, especially if you have a guy that's popular amongst more than one girls. Anyway, so the first person to get her pick was Jin-kyung, and I thought she was gonna pick Jae-jin, but she ended up picking Hyun-woo. And I was like, Hyun-woo? But then I remember that was the first person she gave her postcard to, because she said she just likes his first impression. I'm like, okay, so she's not sold on Jae-jin just yet, or she don't want to put her egg in one basket. So she wants to get to know others before she says, okay, it's Jae-jin. So that's why she's getting to know Hyun-woo. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. This is what this show is about. It's okay to explore. Then the second person to pick was Heesun. But we all know there's only one person that Heesun's gonna pick. Soobin. So she picked Soobin because Heesun is set on Soobin from the first day. I guess she's one of those people that fall in love at first sight. So after she picked Soobin, of course Mina's like, oh damn, she picked my man. What am I gonna do? You know, the camera keeps going back to Mina to see her reaction. Then the third person pick was Minji, I believe, and she picked Sung-il, which is another second option for Mina Sue if she didn't get Soobin. But she kind of expected Minji to pick Sung-il based on what Minji said about how she don't want to get to know anybody else. So that was an expected pick, but she was still like, huh, oh my gosh, I don't have any options left. Don't forget someone. Like, damn. So then the next pick was Yejin, and she picked Hyunjae. I'm like, she has an interest in Hyunjae, or are they like good friends? Because I never saw any screen time with these two together, any chemistry, anything. I'd be shocked if something develops here. And then everybody knows Hyunjae is all over Jooyoung. He doesn't want nobody else. So she may have just picked him to avoid conflict with any other guys that other girls may have interest in. And then it was Mina's time to pick. She was flustered. She was discombobulated. It's like discombobulated. It's like the only guy she had in her head was Soobin, and everybody's names disappeared. So she's like, the episode ended. That's episode 3. If you want to see episode 4, click the video that's about to pop up. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. If you want to support and you want to see more videos like this. Bye!